What's up, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new vlog. I hope all of you guys are doing okay out there in your various states of quarantine. As you can see, since the last vlog, my wife made me shave the beard, so I lost that battle. And I haven't had a haircut since I was in Japan, so I'm starting to look a little bit rough here, but luckily nobody's coming to the nursery at this point, so I don't have to worry about interacting with people too much. Now, that being said, we have a bit of extra time here at the nursery over the next couple of weeks, and I thought it'd be interesting to go through the process of rebuilding the front gate of the nursery with you guys. Now, when we had the initial phase of the garden built in mid-2018, just before we opened in September of that year, I had the guys who were building the fence just put in a simple entrance gate right here. The gate is a bifolding gate. It meets right in the middle. Very simple structure. It just ties in with the rest of the fence. It was the cheapest and easiest thing that we could do at that time. Well, following that, I built this cool cover to the gate right here, which I haven't actually finished quite yet. We're going to be throwing some cedar shingles up on top of that at some point. But in any case, I spent so much time building that I want to change the front entrance gate here so that it matches that aesthetic and looks a bit nicer as you walk into the nursery. I've never really liked the flimsy look of these gates, and I want something that actually slides open, because really over the last couple of years, we actually haven't been using both sides of this gate. We've only been using half of it. So I'm thinking having a sliding gate here is going to look pretty cool. So I thought for this vlog, I'd take you through the process of building that, and then we're going to throw something up in front of the gate at the very end that's very special. So stick around to the end of this video. But first things first, let's take down these front two gate doors here and then assess how we're going to be building that sliding opening entrance door to the nursery. Oh, look who it is. Hi, Mama. Hi, Mama. How are you today? You doing good? Having a good day? Oh, you're so sweet. Oh, good puppy. All right, so now that we got the left side door off of the front gate here, what I want to do now is rebuild that section. I'm actually not taking both gates off at the same time because I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to finish by the end of the day today, so I still want to be able to close that other side. We got deer all around this property, and if I leave those gates open, they'll come in and decimate the trees instantly. So got to make sure, safety first with the trees. But in any case, now that I've got this off of here, I'm going to start building the left side of the entrance gate. And like I said before, I'm not worried about having this slide both directions. I want to have one side actually be permanent and the other side slide. So we're going to have the right side of the gate slide, the left side be permanent. So in order to build this, we're going to have to head over to Lowe's nearby and pick up all of the necessary wood to start framing this side of the entrance gate out. So let's head over to Lowe's and pick up that stuff now. Bye, Momo-chan. We'll see you soon. We'll be back soon. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. So a few months back in March of this year, there was a massive tornado. I believe it was an F3 or an F4. I think it was an F3. That came through Mount Juliet about a quarter of a mile behind the nursery and our house. So I'll show you a little bit of the damage on the way to Lowe's here. It's actually right between our house and Lowe's. So we feel very lucky that we didn't have any damage at all from that. Not a single tree got blown off the bench, but it was a super close call. Okay, so now that we've got all the lumber here, I'm gonna go through the process of how we're gonna be building this. So this piece right here is a 4x4 by 12 foot long board. What we're gonna be doing is putting this down into the ground straight up as our central beam right in the middle of the gate here. This is gonna add stability to the section that we're making permanent on the left side there. And it's also going to provide stability to the sliding side as well when we lock the gate at the end of each day. So I'm going to cut this guy down to the right size, and we're going to install him perfectly level, straight up and down in the center of the gate here. Okay, so now that we've got the vertical beam already in place and the 2 horizontal 2x4s in place, we're going to be attaching the facade to the front side of the gate here. Now, I want to do this in a way where we can actually look through the gate or see through the gate. So I'm not going to put these boards right next to one another. I'm actually going to leave a little bit of a gap. I think it's going to give you a bit more of sort of a welcoming feeling when you walk into Eisei-en. You'll be able to see the trees from a distance, looking through the gate, and then you enter through the gate into the first sort of display area of the garden. This is also going to allow a little bit more airflow through the front of the nursery here, which has been a little bit of an issue over the last year. It heats up a little bit too much in there, particularly in the hottest part of the summer. So having that airflow through there, I think, is definitely going to help. These are all going to be 1 inch by 4 inch wide boards, so it's going to have a nice sort of soft feel to it, I think. Okay, good God, it is hotter than Hades out here. All right, now that we've got the side of the fence here that's the permanent side, we can actually start working on the sliding gate section as well. So I want to design it in basically the same way as this permanent section with the same type of spacing here, but we're going to be hanging it on a rail from above so it can slide back and forth. So I've actually sourced this rail right here. This thing is rated for about 450 pounds, so our door is not going to weigh anywhere near that, so we should be absolutely a-okay in terms of it holding the weight of the door. So I'm going to tentatively install this up above. We're just going to set it up there, see how it looks, and then we're going to build the frame for the actual sliding portion of the door and then install it. So hopefully all of this works. Okay, after a full hard day's work out here in the hot sun, we finally have the gate complete. I actually think it turned out way better than I expected. I'm kind of proud of myself that it actually works as well as it does. You can see here as you push it, it's very smooth, opens very nicely, and you can actually see through it, like I said before, so it gives you sort of a more welcoming feel when you walk into Eisei-en. See the trees behind us here, Momo hanging out down there on the ground, chilling out, holding down the fort. She's our guard puppy, and she's doing a fantastic job just sitting around doing absolutely nothing. She never barks at anybody. I don't think she's actually going to guard the nursery very well. But in any case, she's cute, so that's fine. Hi, Mama. You good? All right, so I mentioned at the beginning of this episode that we're going to be throwing up something special in front of the gate at the very end. So I'm glad you guys stuck around to see this. What we're going to be doing is putting up something called a Noren in front of the nursery here. If you've ever traveled to Japan, or if you're just interested in Japan in general and you've seen movies or TV shows about Japan, you will have seen these pieces of fabric hanging out in front of shops and restaurants around Japan. These are called Noren. You'll actually see them inside of restaurants quite often as well, delineating one space from another as you walk through a door. Well, earlier this year, while I was in Japan, I had the fortune of swinging by one of the oldest Noren shops in all of Kyoto. It's a 256-year-old shop. The current owner is the, I believe, 11th or 13th generation. I don't recall exactly, but been there forever. They make handmade Norens there, and they had the perfect Noren in the shop. So I picked that guy up, and we're going to be putting it up in front of the nursery right now, and I think that's going to give us a full, completed look to the entrance for Eisei-en. So let's throw that up right in front of the gate here and see what it looks like. I don't know about you guys, but I think this looks absolutely amazing out in front of the nursery here. Now, the symbol on the front here, this is what's called an enso in Japanese. It's a Zen Buddhist symbol that basically represents sort of the circle of life, if you will, or the universe, or strength, things along those lines. It also has a bit to do with sort of minimalism to some degree, which is kind of an aesthetic that we strive for here at Eisei-en. So I'm not necessarily a Zen Buddhist myself, but I like the idea behind what the enso stands for. So again, this is handmade, hand-painted, originating from that 256-year-old Noren shop in Kyoto. I'm going to put a link to their website down in the description down below, so if you're ever in Kyoto, you can swing by and check them out. The store owner is a fantastic guy, really friendly, really nice, and it was a pleasure being able to buy something like this from him and have it here in front of Eisei-en. So I hope you guys liked the vlog this time around. Let me know in the comments what you think of the Noren in front of the nursery here, and of course of the gate, and we'll see you guys next time around. Take care.